I'm Amber, welcome to my channel. Today we are building a 70s themed house. So it's just a furnishing video, I've already built the house. If you want to see the video where I build the house, I will link it below. I'll try and link it up here somewhere, but I don't know how. I will try and figure that out. But I have a video called Building a British Street, where I build a street of 7 different British houses. And oh, my cat, naughty. Boing. I built a street of 7 different British houses, and I'm furnishing them all with 7 different decade themes. I don't know why I struggle to say that so much. Let's get into the build. So this build is sped up a little bit more than I usually do because it took me so long to furnish this. I chose the biggest house on the street to be the 70s themed house, because I wanted to do a conversation pit in the living room. If you don't know what a conversation pit is, it's very, in my mind, it's just the epitome of 70s architecture. It is where you have a pit, just a hole in the ground, and you have like a sofa in it. They fell out of style because people kept falling into them and breaking their bones. Because they're not fenced in or anything, as you can see here. I eventually figured out where I was going to put it. I tried to do a central round one, but it did not work. But yeah, you can see this one isn't a super deep one because it just lined up best with the sofa that I did at this height. But some of them would be like a meter deep, and quite often in these like more brutalist styles, like with concrete and things, or solid hard wood, and people would fall in them and just break their bones, which isn't funny, but is a little bit funny. And so they kind of fell out of style. But if I found a house, if I had money for a house and I found a house and it had a conversation pit, I'd be like, no, right, we're getting that one. I don't care about anything else, we're getting it. I tried to put like a TV in this conversation pit, but it wouldn't work. I couldn't figure out a way to put it in. So I ended up making like a second separate almost living room. So they have the TV part of the living room and the conversation pit, which I guess makes sense because it's not a TV pit, it's a conversation pit. You're supposed to sit in there and chat and hang out, you know. So then over here, I really tried to use that older style telly, but it wasn't working. I don't think I put a telly actually in this house. I just couldn't get it to look right, because for the 60s and 50s ones plural, did I put a TV in the 60s one? Oh wow, I'm sure I put one in the 50s. I don't know. Yeah, I put one in the 50s one at least. And yeah, no, I put one in the 60s one as well, and I used that, you just saw there, that like debug TV that looks really old. But when it came to the 70s, I wanted something a bit bigger and it didn't really work. So I've just put in a fireplace. But they've got this piano, and I talk about this a bit in I think my last build, or this is the 4th video I'm recording today, so I'm really sorry. I think I talked about this in my Twister build actually, about how we're getting a new piano with the Growing Together, which is just Generations expansion pack, that's going to be more that style than more just domestic traditional house piano instead of a grand piano. But this is what we've always had to do. We've had to put 2 like console and side tables on top of each other and stick an electric keyboard inside of it to make that piano. And if you didn't know, that's how you do that. You have to have moved objects on, and you use the 9 key to raise stuff and use the alt key to alt place stuff, and that's how you do it. Here I'm just, you know, adding some fun funky curtains. The 60s build was funky, and the 70s build, I just keep that going. I keep a lot of the like hippie vibes, because my 60s build was more early 60s, whereas this one is, you know, just right in the 70s. There's a lot of colourful stuff in general, trending stuff. I'm not saying this is a super realistic build. I'm saying this is more like what you would see in a magazine, what you would look up to, what you would hope you could have. Not necessarily the most realistic, everyone in Britain, their house looked exactly like this. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But you know, I really wanted to do like a fun, funky, a little bit of hippie style in this house. So I've got the lino floor, which I've recently learned the Titanic had loads of lino floor, because at the time it was new and exciting and it was like luxury. Whereas now it's like, oh, you have lino floor, like when are you replacing that? And I thought that was really interesting how it's viewed so differently now. And it makes sense, obviously it makes sense that there are reasons it's viewed differently, but it's so, that sort of thing I find fascinating. Those like just little fun facts of history and interior design and things like that. I just think it's so cool. So here you can see we're using a lot of we're using a lot of orange and green and brown, which in my mind very much go with the style of this build, of this house, of this decade. And then I wanted to fill out that corner, and I just didn't want to put another little table with a vase or a plant on it. So I put a little chair, and I think I put a plant as well. And then over here you can see we've got a little, I don't know why that's not centered, I must fix that later. I think I go back and fix that. But we've got a little, table thingy, side table in front of the window. I don't usually forget what side tables are called. I feel like I'm speaking too fast. Let's bring it down. Also, as I say, this is the 4th video I've recorded today, so my voice is starting to get a little bit hoarse. So I'm sorry about that. This is the last one for the day because this is too much. Here you can see me being a moron and decorating that wall and then realizing, oh, how are they going to get in that room? I didn't put a door. So I added a door to make the downstairs bathroom because obviously you're not going to step out of the conversation pit into the bathroom. That would be kind of funny though. Like stairs straight out the bathroom into a conversation pit. Like that's kind of a vibe. But that's really not the vibe. So I decorated this with an avocado bathroom suite. Yes, it's bright green, but we're pretending it's an avocado bathroom suite because we don't have those in the game. So yep, that's pretty much the whole downstairs. I gave them a microwave, and I talk about this in my 60s build because that was more early 60s and they weren't meant to be like rich. I didn't give them a microwave, but as the 60s was kind of the era of microwaves becoming more of a common, or just more of a home appliance that just invented. And don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure on my history of microwaves. But because they were then a little more commonplace in the 70s, I put one in this house. I'm not saying every house had one, okay? Because I know someone's going to comment, I grew up in the 70s and actually most people didn't have a microwave. Like, okay, this house does. This house isn't real. Anyway, I'm defending myself against comments that are just imaginary, so oh well. I used this like weird shelf thing because I had all my debug sheets and things on, and so that came up. I don't think that comes up normally, and I never usually use it because it's weird looking. It kind of looks like a bunch of wooden giant guitar picks stuck together. But that's kind of the vibe for this house. And so here we've got a teenage bedroom. I wanted to try and do something with built-ins because I think around this time, 60s, 70s, 80s, actually 80s and 90s as well, there was a lot of built-ins around your bed. I think my great-grandparents' house had these in both the bedrooms, these huge, I don't know if they have them in other countries, so I don't know if you'll know what I'm on about, but where you have your bed and then you have built-in cupboards all around it. The whole thing is built in, like a kitchen unit. Like kitchen counter, like kitchen cupboards, you know, built in all around it, shaped around the bed, and then you'd have like wardrobes all built in and it all matches. So I was gonna try and do that in this room, but it just didn't fit, it didn't work out. But I do that in the parents' room to some extent. But here you can see, you know, they've got a teeny tiny little desk. They've got a glass chair because I think that's kind of a fun later mid-century sort of thing, in my mind at least. That's kind of something that they would have if they were trying to have something quite trendy and quite new and fresh. And then they've got a guitar as well, and they've got a lot of these kind of floral hippie elements into this house as well, especially in the wallpaper, but that's kind of just standard that a lot of wallpaper is floral. My eyeliner looks really wonky, I'm so sorry. So here you can see me playing around and trying to do that built-in. I was going to use kitchen cabinets as the built-in, but it worked way better to use the Dream Home Decorator stuff, which is literally made for this. And so this is the kind of general thing I'm on about, where you have your own freestanding bed that you choose, and it just fits into a built-in thing. Usually I think the bedside cabinets would be more sort of structurally attached to the rest of it, with like little tiny walls and things. Also a lot of like static caravans even now will still be built with this sort of thing, just because those are really cramming in all your storage, so that makes sense. But yeah, that's something I wanted to include in this build. And my voice, you can hear it's going. I've recorded too many videos today. That water has been next to an open window, and I don't know if anyone else has this, like sensory issues, but it tastes like the outdoors, and that is disgusting. Like it's just, oh, it tastes like air. My cat is meowing because I kicked him out of my room. If you can hear him in the background, let's all ignore him together. So now we are on to one of my favourite rooms in the house. This room was kind of hectic. It started off completely not the vibe. I was like, yes, we're going to do yellow in this room. We're going to make it kind of flowery and funky and hippie-ish. And then I went too far with it and I didn't focus on the 70s theme. I was just placing all sorts of random bits and bobs. So if you're like, what the heck is going on in this room? We come back to it. We change it all up. Like this, like what was I thinking placing that? That's not even slightly going with the theme. But we do come back, and not come back, I just, within building this room, I go like, what am I doing? And I change it all up. Like that sofa. Wow, stretched my eyeliner. Like what was I doing with that? I don't know. I don't know is the answer to my own question. And so this feels more intimate sitting like this. So can you tell it's my 4th video I'm recording of the day? Maybe next time I will do 3. I recently, literally today, hit 1,000 subscribers as of the 10th of February. And so I'm in the mood to just get some videos done. Let's get going. Let's keep growing. And so that's why I'm just in the mood. If I had the energy, I would record more. I'd record all day. Also, as I live with my parents and my family, I live with my brother and my parents. They're all out right now. So I want to record while they're out because it is embarrassing to do this while there are other people in the house. Yeah, I'll post it online for as many people to see it as they like, but having people hear you record, if you record videos, you will know, it feels embarrassing, especially because I'm kind of loud when I'm recording videos, which is like not my personality in real life. I'm kind of, I'm the bubbly person, but I'm not loud in real life. Not that this isn't real, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, so here we have the bathroom. Again, trying to bring in some kind of avocado-y colours. I think I got it more close to the avocado colour. Sorry, I'm just itching my foot. I got it more close to the avocado colour in this room, but Sims doesn't quite have it with that colour scheme. And I didn't want to do a separate tub and shower. It would have cluttered up that room, so I did it just like that. And then I brought those panel walls up and put them through into some different bits of the different rooms. Some reason that panelled wall is just like screaming 70s at me, and I don't know why. I know that at the time maybe like cork walls were a thing. I don't quite know what that means. Like not literally a cork board. I don't know. When I cough in videos, I mute it, so it's just gonna look like I just went like ah in my hand. But like I was coughing, I just muted the audio, so you don't have to get your ears blasted by that. And then this house, they're kind of like, they got the money. They got 3 toilets, they got 5 bedrooms, giant kitchen, they're living it up. They got an island in their kitchen. So yeah, this house has 5 bedrooms. They have a converted style attic, which you would see a bit more of in the general exterior build video, but I built it as if it was a converted attic. So it would have been a 2-floor house, and they've built up into the attic 2 extra bedrooms and a bathroom. Yes, plumbing may not be realistic, but it's The Sims. Oh god, I don't like how I said that. Please, let's all pretend that didn't happen. Move past it, ignore it. Building in attics is always annoying as heck. That roof was just like, hey, I'm gonna be in the way the whole time, don't mind. But yeah, so these people have money, and a lot of kids. So it's a 5-bedroom house, 4 of which have a kid's bedroom, so they've got 4 kids. It's not a huge amount, but you know what I mean, like it's a decent amount. And so yeah, this one, they've got a lot of like built-in wardrobes and things. I think at this point I kind of lost the theme. I was like, I don't know any more variations within The Sims 4 of a 70s style furnishing. So I did my best, but like I feel like I'd exhausted all of the options for 70s style furnishing and was just kind of going with whatever. But that chair, that's giving the vibe. Like that is eccentric and fun. That is the build, everybody. And you can see there the way I mean that it's like a converted attic loft space. You can see that added on through the roof. But you see it a lot better in the general exterior build video. So here we go into the house through the giant front door. I said they are rich and I mean it. So they've got no telly in the living room. I don't think any of the bedrooms even had a telly. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my legs. And you can see the piano that I've put in the corner there. I really like building those in The Sims. I think that's a lot of fun. I think that living room with that really like smooth low coffee table looks beautiful. Yeah, and the panelled wall, all the different kinds of wallpapers that all just really complement each other nicely, and the conversation pit, which I just love. And you can see I put one of the like more loungy chairs as well, where your Sims can lay down and like lounge on it. I thought that was quite fun to do in that conversation pit. Then the kitchen. Can I have this kitchen, please? Like please? If you've seen the 50s and 60s builds, the kitchens are good. No, the 50s kitchen build is not. But I lost track of what I was saying. Like, the kitchens are alright, but this one takes the cake. Like the 50s one's not, you know, the 60s one is adorable and I want it, but this one I want even more. Oh, and there's the bathroom. Like it's so beautiful. I want that kitchen. Anyway, we've suddenly jumped upstairs. I don't know why we've gone straight into this bedroom. There we go. To know what was going on there. There is the upstairs landing, so you come straight up out of the living room. There you go. Usually I speed up the footage, but this one it was kind of too jumpy, so I didn't. On the tour, obviously the rest of it was sped up by like 18 times or something mad. But yeah, this is, you know, just the tour as filmed, and usually I speed up the tours, but this one, I don't know, it just didn't. So here is the teenage bedroom. I think most of them bedrooms are kind of teenage style, but this is one of them. They've got, you know, all their different artists like posters and things. They got their little desk. It's got like mild hippie vibes. They've got the guitar and the floral chair and things, but at the same time not like too eccentric. Then the parents' bedroom, so much beige. It's just in general, I've learned from all my reference images, is the past was beige. Like if you see an old film or photo that was in sepia tone, yeah, I think that was real. That was actually in colour. Everything was actually just beige. No, the thing is as well, a lot of photos and things have faded, which makes things look way more beige and discoloured than they really are. But there was a lot more beige, and I think we have a lot more colourful options in general for interior design now than people used to, which is great. Oh look, there is a telly in this house. So here is the actual redesign of this room. So I changed it up a little bit. I made the walls a bit darker, but it's still got that nice yellow theme. So they've got their wardrobe. I think this room didn't turn out as good as it could have with the cute theme I gave it. But it maybe it's kind of realistic that they haven't, you know, it's not perfectly professionally interior designed, it's just a bedroom. And so, you know, they've got their things that they enjoy and that they like in a room. And I guess in that way it's super realistic. And I had to add that light above the door over here because it just was so dark in this corner. But here we've got the main bathroom of the house. So you've got your sink, lovely look at the ceiling, which we can't paint. Sims 4, or any Sims games, you know, just can't paint ceilings. I don't think you could in the previous games, but if I'm wrong, like, tell me. Can you tell I'm losing energy? Like, so you got the upstairs in the attic now, with that like L-shaped staircase, which I really like. That's one of my favorite things they have brought into The Sims 4, even though we don't have spiral staircases, which is disappointing. We've got L-shaped and all different shaped staircases, so that is good and nice and fun. So here we've got the bedroom. They're all teenage style bedrooms. I guess maybe they've got like 13 to 18-year-olds, and they're all kind of in that older age range, and the parents are a bit older, which I think kind of makes more sense with the way I've styled and designed this house. But they've got a telly as well. See, there are 2 TVs in this house. And then they've got a Jack and Jill bathroom between the two, which just means 2 bedrooms sharing an ensuite, but the only way to access that bathroom is through those 2 bedrooms. It's just called a Jack and Jill. My cat is shouting. As soon as I finish filming this, I'll feed him. But he didn't eat his lunch, so why is he shouting for more food? And then this didn't film properly. There was some more stuff on the walls, but it didn't want to show you it. It was being shy. But yeah, that is the entire, I hate when I go, but yeah. But yeah, that is the entire build. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm exhausted and gonna stop filming for the day. My energy is drained. I am zapped. Let me know what you're doing the rest of the day. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am gonna edit videos most of the day, and then I'm gonna get Indian food. I'm gonna have a shower. I'm gonna go watch Puss in Boots 2 because it just came out in the UK. As I'm recording this, not when this gets posted. Like I said, I pre-record way too far ahead, and I want to change that. I want to be posting within a week of recording. I think that works best for me. But then I get stressed, like, what if I don't have the energy 1 week? You gotta. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. Stick around to see the 80s, 90s, noughties and current themed builds. You can go back and watch my British street build, my 60s and 50s builds if you want. I didn't say that in the right order. My 50s and 60s builds, there we go. If you want to see those, particularly the 60s build, if you like this, you will like that. They have obviously a very similar style. They're only 10 years apart. I'm gonna go feed my cat because he will not stop shouting outside my door. I really hope that's not picking up on this. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Have you subscribed yet? Bye!